Greetings and welcome to a brand new edition of The Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle, and I've been having some complaints about my couch lately. So I decided that for today, I'm going to stand in front of this door. And it's Friday, and you know what today is? Friday, which means another brand new edition of NBA Weekly. The New York Knicks had won a franchise record 13 consecutive games until they went into Chicago and the Bulls got all streak busters again. God damn it, I don't like talking about injured players, but just imagine how great they would be if Derrick Rose was healthy and if everyone else on the roster was healthy and they could play consistently well on a regular basis. And honestly, here are my thoughts on Derrick Rose. I don't like talking about players who aren't actually playing. I haven't mentioned Andrew Bynum all season. I've stayed away from any talk about Derrick Rose. But I've seen him in practice. I've seen him elevate on those dunks. You know what? He's back. He's healthy. These motherfuckers are just holding him back so that he can make a big old grand entrance once the playoffs get started. The longest winning streak in the league now belongs to the Denver Nuggets, who have now won 5 in a row. The Miami Heat have won 4 in a row. And the Nets and Clippers have each won 3 in a row. I'm betting none of you actually care about winning streaks or losing streaks. You want to know about the playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs! Oh wait, that's NFL. Wrong show. Anyways, the Dallas Mavericks have officially been eliminated, while the Warriors and Rockets have officially clinched, which leaves the only undetermined seed to be the 8th seed in the Western Conference. And that's between the Lakers and the Jazz. The Lakers currently hold a 1-game lead. And let's be honest, even though technically the Jazz could end up getting in, they basically have to run the table and still hope that the Lakers lose at least 1 game, if not 2. So I'm not that confident in the Jazz's ability to get into the playoffs, especially since Kobe's standing in between them. And also, that brings me to my next topic, which is that the Thunder have just stolen the 1st seed back from San Antonio, and destiny is once again in their hands. If they just win out, then they get the number 1 seed. And personally, as a Spurs fan, I hope that this happens because in the Western Conference, the Golden State and Houston are the only 2 teams that I know for a fact will not win the championship this year. So I'd rather that the Thunder get the number 1 seed so that they can deal with Kobe in the 1st round, and because if we get the Rockets or especially the Warriors, we got that. We can handle that shit. Even though we all pretty much know how it's gonna work out, a seeding has not been officially determined. There are still a couple of teams that could potentially go up or down a spot. And so until the seeding is official and the schedule is actually made, I'm not going to talk about the playoff matchups just yet, but it is coming. A few milestones this week. The next game that Jason Kidd plays will tie him with Reggie Miller for number 6 on all time. And the next game that Tim Duncan plays will tie him with Scottie Pippen for number 36. Jason Kidd has now become just the 4th player in NBA League history to have played in over 50,000 career minutes. And in achieving that mark, he also passed Elvin Hayes for 3rd place on the all-time list, though he is still over 4,000 minutes behind Karl Malone for 2nd place, so this is probably the last time I'm going to mention him this season. I seriously doubt he's going to get that in, the 3 games they have left? Richard Hamilton is 36 field goals away from 6,000 for his career. Carlos Boozer is 4 away from 5,000 for his career. And Dwight Howard is 25 rebounds away from 9,000 for his career. Jason Kidd is 21 steals away from becoming only the 2nd player in NBA history with 2,700 for his career. Ray Allen is 4 away from 1,400 for his career. Kevin Garnett is 19 points behind Reggie Miller for 14th place on the all-time list. Dirk Nowitzki is 32 points away from 25,000 for his career. Though the way he's been playing lately, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get it over the weekend. But I'm pretty sure he'll be able to hit that mark before the season ends. And Paul Pierce is 2 points away from 24,000 for his career. So yeah, the next shot that he makes should get him to that mark. A few games I'm looking forward to this week, and in case I didn't mention it already, I'm only going to be talking about teams where both teams playing are currently playoff bound, and at least one of the teams could potentially move up or down in the seeding depending on how many wins they get. A full slate of games on Friday, 14 to be exact. Pretty much the entire league is in action, pretty much but not all. Here, what you should be paying attention to is number 1, the Nets at the Pacers. The Pacers are currently 3 games in front of the Nets for that 3rd seed. However, they have not been able to defeat the Nets yet this season. The Nets currently have a 2-0 lead on the series, and this is the last time that they will face each other. Next, you have the Grizzlies at the Rockets. The Grizzlies, they've got enough games left in the season that they could potentially climb all the way back up into that 3rd seed. I do not see that happening, but it is a possibility. The Rockets are currently only half a game behind the Golden State Warriors for that 6th seed. The Memphis Grizzlies lead the season series 2-1 with the home team winning every single matchup. And then you've got the Lakers at the Warriors. The Lakers are in the playoffs right now, but nothing's guaranteed yet, so you can bet they'll come out fighting. The Warriors, they currently have a half-game lead over the Rockets for that number 6 seed. And the Lakers, they lead the series 2-1. However, both of those wins came in 2012. On Saturday, only 4 games on the schedule, and only one of them that I'm even mildly interested in watching. That is the Clippers at the Grizzlies. Right now, the Clippers are holding off the Grizzlies for that number 4 seed. And while there are other possibilities, more than likely this is going to be a first-round matchup, and this game will go a long way to deciding who has home field advantage. On Sunday, there are 8 games on the schedule, only 3 that catch my interest. The first one is the Heat at the Bulls. The Heat are firmly entrenched in that number 1 seed. The Bulls, they have the potential to raise up a few spots or even lower a spot or 2. However, the only reason I'm mentioning this game is because we all remember what happened the last time these 2 teams faced. Next, you've got the Pacers at the Knicks. The Knicks currently hold a 2.5 game lead for that number 2 seed. And the Pacers lead the season series 2-1. However, the home team has won every single matchup. And last but definitely not least, you've got the Spurs at the Lakers. This could potentially be a first-round preview between 2 teams that definitely hate each other. The Spurs currently lead the season series 2-0, and this is the last time that they'll play each other, at least during the regular season. Also, for those of you interested, the WNBA will be airing their draft live on primetime for the first time in league history. The WNBA 2013 draft begins on Monday, April 15th, and the first round will be aired live on ESPN2 starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The second and third rounds will be on ESPNU starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I will recap the draft the following afternoon, Tuesday, April 16th, and sometime later that week, I'll put a video up with my power rankings for the WNBA 2013 season. Well, that's it for this week. Tune in next Monday for another episode of The Fan Perspective. And until then, my name is Nathan Lyle. This has been NBA Weekly. I hope you have a great weekend.